Hallelujah, amigos. Hallelujah. It's time for another exciting edition of the show with no name. And hold on to your hats.
9, 8,
it's time for liftoff, folks.
6, 5,
Countdown
4,
with me. Here we
3,
go.
2,
1.
0.
All right.
Ignition. Liftoff.
We're off.
Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
Come on. Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats. And get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time. On Vaughn Radio. It's the show with no name. On Vaughn Radio. Let's go. All right. Welcome. Welcome, amigos. It is time for another exciting show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. And thanks to each and every one of you for your effort every day, your endless effort. I can tell you right now, as your teacher, it's paying off. Está dando frutos. There's no doubt about it. So keep up the good work, amigos. No. Keep up the great work. And if you want to do a little bit more, you want to go the extra mile, as we say, well, then don't forget, we've got a lot of awesome materials at our Vaughn Tienda. You can go there right now, vaughntienda.com, and browse. That's a really good one to know. A lot of you probably know it from internet. Un browser, no? But also, when you get that pesky salesperson, ¿Cómo le puedo ayudar? You know, they jump on top of you, especially in the United States. Hello, sir. How can I help you today? I'm just browsing. Traducción, déjame en paz, pesado. If I have a question, I'll ask you. That's one of the reasons I don't like shopping. I don't want people coming up to me and asking me things. I'll ask you. So the sentence you need to know, which is a polite way of saying, I'm just looking around, leave me alone. I'm just browsing. So browse around vaughntienda.com. And also, we've got a website with all our latest courses, but I just can't remember it. ¿Quieres estar al tanto de todas nuestras promociones en la Vaughan Esfera? Well, now you can be in the loop. Puedes estar al tanto. Puedes enterarte de ofertas, novedades y eventos. Y mucho más. Puedes encontrar todo eso en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Eso es, en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Ahí tendrás toda la información de última hora. Guárdalo como favorito. grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. And stay in the loop. Make some noise, amigos. Pop quiz. Sing it. This is how we warm up. Pop quiz. Pop, 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 pop quiz. Let's hear those plosives. Pop, 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 pop. Those B's. You better pop. Nacho hates plosives. Yeah, they're not fun for sound designers. Pop quiz. Those B's, those P's, but I want to hear them. Pop. My name is Bob. And I have a job. And I pop balloons. Let's hear those P's and B's, those plosives, amigos. All right, well, we just mentioned our Von Tienda, vontienda.com, where you can get all your materials. You can stop by in person, or you can stop by the website, vontienda.com. Also, you'll see there's a wealth of different resources, so it doesn't matter what level you are or, what your needs may be. But today we're going to look at one that I think everybody should look at. Seriously. Because if you're a higher level, then you should know this stuff. And if you're a lower level, well, then this is where you start. And it's called Inglés Gramática Fácil. It's called Inglés Gramática Fácil. It's $16, well, just under $16, $15.75. And it's got over 180, well, not over, exactly 180 different classes. 180 different concepts. And does it come with audio? Well, you can bet your bottom dollar it does. And I want you guys to listen carefully to this audio from Inglés Gramática Fácil. It's available at the Von Tienda. And as always, listen carefully because afterwards I'll have a challenge or two for you.
Day 46. Someone, something, somewhere plus else. Listening challenge. Nothing else matters. We won't tell anyone else. Look for it somewhere else. No one else can know. Is there anything else? What else does she know? Is there anything else? Who else heard what she said? What else does she know? He didn't say anything else. Who else heard what she said? What else does she know? We'll ask someone else. No one else can know. Nothing else matters.
Day 50. Pasa tiempo. What else do you need? Is there anywhere else we can go? I keep forgetting to call my dentist. I don't mind going to the theatre alone. They've finished renovating the building. I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. This isn't your job, so let someone else do it. We stopped to buy some groceries on our way home. I'm not planning to leave the house unless it stops raining. He refuses to come with me, so I decided to go with a friend. My parents are happy as long as I call them from time to time. She used to be a dancer and she misses participating in the competitions. I'll take my leave provided that there isn't anything else you have to tell me. You shouldn't call your supervisor on the weekend unless there's a good reason. The construction will go ahead provided that the authorities give the green light. We can't give you your money back unless there's been a mistake with your order. We regret to inform you that your document is invalid unless it's signed by all parties. The tour guide recommended staying away from that neighborhood, especially at night. I regret going on vacation with him because he doesn't stop complaining about everything.
¿Conoces Weekend Town? La nueva iniciativa de Vaughan.
Pues no.
Es un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés. Y es nuevísimo.
A ver, cuéntame más.
Tendrás una inmersión lingüística total durante 2 días. Un total de 24 horas hablando con angloparlantes de todo el mundo.
¡Wow! ¡Qué interesante!
Ganarás confianza y soltura a la hora de comunicarte en inglés. Mejorarás tu comprensión auditiva y tus habilidades conversacionales en una situación de comunicación real en inglés. Ven a Weekend Town y te sorprenderás con todo lo que puede avanzar tu inglés en un fin de semana. Weekend Town de Vaughan. Un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés. You got it, folks. Weekend Town is what happens when Vaughan Town has a baby. But if you want more information about Vaughan Town, Weekend Town, urban camps, master's programs, one-to-ones, group courses, you can go to grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. And if you're looking for materials, again, We're going to vontienda.com, where we are right now, taking a look at Inglés. Gramática fácil. Great job, by the way, Julia and Richard Brown. A blast from the past. ¿Os sabéis esta expresión? A blast from the past. Algo del pasado. But it rhymes, so it's even cooler. All right, let's see, guys. I'm going to give you 3 and a bonus today. So you're really going to have 4 challenges right from the get-go. Desde el primer momento. Now, the first one is a song. In fact, when Julia said this structure, all I could do was think of a song. And so the first one is No importa nada más. O sea, esto es lo más importante. No importa nada más. Number 2, nadie más lo sabe. And you got to use this else, guys. The whole idea is to get you using else. Because I've got to be honest, I never hear my students use it. And we use it all the time. So, no importa nada, usando la palabra, empleando la palabra else. Number 2, nadie más lo sabe. Otra vez, empleando la palabra else. Number 3, ¿de qué otro modo vamos a llevarlo a cabo? O podemos llevarlo a cabo. ¿De qué otro modo podemos llevarlo a cabo? Again, all 3 of those have to have the word else in them somewhere. And the last one, I want you to use the verb firmar. And I'm doing this for a reason, as many of you know. There is a method to my madness. There's a reason why I give you each and every challenge here on the show. So there it is, guys. Using else in the first 3, give me the first one, no importa nada más. O sea, esto es lo más importante, traducción. Number 2, nadie más lo sabe. All right, you're planning a private party, a surprise party, excuse me, and nadie más lo sabe. And number 3, ¿de qué otro modo podemos llevarlo a cabo? Again, using else. And the last one, a bonus one, and again, this is for a specific reason. I want you to use the verb firmar in English. All right, let's see who's on board and ready to rock. By the way, I just got a communication from your friend, our friend, Chris Valrol, and she's at the dentist's office. So, oh man, chin up, ánimo, ánimo, and hopefully she'll be able to join us because we're going to be hearing from Chris Valrol. And who else? Toma, te estoy ya usando el else sin querer. And who else? We're also going to hear from Anix, Kubla, Jose Enrique, Nuria, Marisol, and Celia. So thank you to all of you who participated in our question of the week. We'll be hearing from you in a little bit. Let's see who's with us in our online classroom today. We've got David. David is checking in. He says, good morning, Alberto and mates. Good morning to you, sir. I know you're ready to rock. There's Turani saying, good morning, everybody. Everybody. Good morning to you, Turani. Born to Iron Man. There he is as well, ready to rock. He's ready to be tested, to be challenged. He loves it. He is a glutton for punishment. ¿Os sabéis esta expresión? ¿Te suena? A glutton es un glotón, right? A glutton for punishment. Como que te gusta que te castiguen un poco, ¿no? Un poco masoquista. Hey, you know how I know that, Born to Iron Man? It takes one to know one. I don't like it when things are too easy. That doesn't mean I'm a drama queen and I like making up drama where there isn't any. But I like when we up the ante. I always love a good challenge. So we've got our pop quiz using the word else. Also, the bonus question is using la palabra firmar. I don't want to say it yet in English because I don't want to give it away. But I'll tell you what, because as you know, time is of the essence. Aquí cuentan los segundos. Why don't we move on in the meantime while you guys are thinking that through, dándole unas vueltas, and we'll kick off with our Say What soundbite. Yeah,
Say what?
yeah, yeah. Say What soundbite on the show with no name. All right, folks, is everybody ready? Everybody ready to pay attention, to take notes, to give me some feedback in your most eloquent English? I know you are. I know you're ready. All right. Well, folks, as always, you've got to listen very carefully. And today's, I think, will be relatively easy. Of course, I'm comparing it to the norm, to the average. So, as always, listen carefully, and we'll see what you guys come up with. We'll see if you recognize the accent and if you can tell me a little bit about what's going on.
I pray to get to know the will of God, because then the prayers have more chance of coming true. I mean, that's the thing about prayer, isn't it? I mean, we don't do it in a very lofty way in our family. It's just a bunch of us on the bed, usually.
Do you know about Vaughn groups? Well, I'm going to tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn groups. Have fun and make friends as you learn English. Sign up now while there are still spots available. Call us 911-385831. Or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media and find out if Vaughn groups are for you. More information at grupovaughn.com/cursos destacados. All right, let's see how you guys did over here. We've got Turani. Turani's participating in our pop quiz. And Turani says, wait, I've got to sing it. All right, let's see. If you guys want, sing it with me. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. And nothing else matters. A life, trust I seek, and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view. You guys, and nothing else matters. What an awesome song. No importa nada más. Great job, Turani. The second one, no one else know it. Turani, te falta Una ese. That's one of the things I was testing. We use it as a third person. So no one else knows it. Y la pregunta, does anyone else know it? ¿Ves cómo el else lo empleamos? No, nobody. Acuérdate, let's remember this. I'm going to review this right now. Everyone and everybody is the same. No one and nobody is the same. Someone and somebody is the same. So if we can get that out of the way, well, then we know we can put else with it. Is anybody else coming? ¿Alguien más viene? No, nobody else is coming. Yes, no, wait. Somebody else is coming, right? And again, this is something we use all the time, this part of speech. But I don't hear my students using it, empleándolo. So just be careful, that third person over there. No one else or nobody else knows it. And Turani, be careful with your spelling of else. Oh, no, you got it. You spelt it right. My eyes are they're playing tricks on me. You know when you start to look at a word a lot and it just looks weird? That just happened to me. So just be careful. We're missing an else. Nobody else knows it. Missing a little S there. The second one, how else can we do it? All right. You're missing a question mark. So, all right. It's a question though, right? So how else can we do it? Great job. And the last one, the client signed the agreement. The client signed the agreement. Good job. I was worried because a lot of students not only spell it wrong, but sometimes they say sing. So just remember, sing, la, 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 la. Sign. That's my signing sound effect. So the client signed the agreement or the deal. All right. Pretty good job, Turani. Just make those little adjustments I told you about. Let's see. Born to Iron Man. Let's see how he did. He says, Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. What a great tune. All right. The second one, Nobody Else Knows It. Great job. The next one, he says, what else way can we carry it out? No, we can simplify that because that's a big jumble of words there. How else can we carry it out? See what just happened there? ¿De qué otra manera? ¿De qué otro modo? How else do you want me to do it? This is the only way I know. How else? So how else can we carry it out? And great, you use the phrasal verb carry out. And let's see the third one. He says, have anyone else... Hang on. I'm glad we looked at this, folks. So has anyone... We treat it like a third person, this anyone, everybody. So has anyone or anybody else signed up for the Vaughn courses? All right, great job. Again, Turani and Born to Iron Man. Just make sure you and the other students take note. And let's see. Turani says, I'm absent-minded. I forgot to use else in the fourth one. No, you're not. I told you, else is only in the first three. The second one, you don't. The fourth one, I'm sorry, you don't have to use else. You can use it if you want, but you don't have to. Let's see. Who else? We've got Chris Valrol. And Chris says, morning, dear show with no namers. I just got back from the dentist's office. So you survived. Awesome. You survived, Chris. She says, it was better than I expected. Well, that's the thing. You go with very low expectations, and then you're never let down. I do the same, Chris. We're very similar. And she says, and nothing else matters. That's true. She's using it in real context. Excellent. So, guys, no importa nada más. Nothing else matters. The second one, nadie más lo sabe. Nobody or no one else knows it. Right? With una S de tercera persona. ¿De qué otro modo? how else can we carry it out? And the fourth one, it's not sing, it's sign, right? So sign your name on the dotted line. And the noun is signature. But as you know, in the United States, we call it, if you want to sound totally native, I need your John Hancock. And that's because on our Declaration of Independence, the most flashy signature was that of Mr. John Hancock. And there's your history lesson for today. Folks, we are going to a quick commercial break. We've got so much to do in today's show, so stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 2 of today's show with no name. I hope you're ready for some more challenges up ahead. And amigos, don't forget, right after today's show, you can test your English with Jimena and Na. After that, you've got the lunchtime show with Rob and Andy, followed by Speak Up with Ruby. After that, you can get random with Jules Linares. And then you can get really random. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth. I'm talking about Dave Boys and the salad. Then you've got Kyle Miller throwing some more challenges your way on Drive Time. You can round off your day with my buddy Chris Frank and his program, Frankly Speaking, where you learn about a plethora of different things as you make a cocktail. And you got Rob Grams in the Pro Bow Show. You've also got Richard Vaughn Live, No Excuses with Fitz, and Jessica is back on the weekends. Download the free Vaughn Radio app, and you can learn English with us on the go. Vayas donde vayas, even at the dentist's office. All right, here's your Say What soundbite for the second time.
I pray to get to know the will of God, because then the prayers have more chance of coming true. I mean, that's the thing about prayer, isn't it? I mean, we don't do it in a very lofty way in our family. There's just a bunch of us on the bed, usually.
¿Qué tiene que ver la Universidad de Oxford con Vaughan? Pues muchísimo. Es una alegría anunciar que Vaughan ha sido certificado como centro examinador de Oxford Test of English. A partir del próximo mes de marzo 2023, podrás hacer los exámenes de Oxford Test of English en los centros de Vaughan. Si quieres más información sobre esta iniciativa de Vaughan y Oxford, puedes ver más en nuestra página web, grupovaughan.com. O bien síguenos en redes sociales para más información. Oxford Test of English con Vaughan.
Brilliant!
And you can get more information at grupovon.com/cursos destacados. All right, Let's see who we've got here participating. We've got our Say What soundbite, which we've already heard twice. We've got our pop quiz, which we just looked at the verb else. And we also looked at signature. Let me just make sure there's nobody else participating in the pop quiz before we move on. But let's go over this else really quickly. Or else, y esa es muy buena, porque si no, right? You'd better do what I say, or else, muy de padres esta, eh? So let's review. Is anybody else coming? No, nobody else is coming. Everybody else goes a little bit later. Okay? Nobody else, somebody else, everyone else. Again, everybody, everyone, the same thing. And then with the wheres, somewhere else, anywhere else. I'd rather be anywhere else. Preferiría estar en cualquier otro lado. That's what happens when you're daydreaming, which we're going to look at in a little bit in our question of the week. So everywhere. I've been everywhere else. I haven't been there yet. I have been nowhere else. Someone else. Are you seeing someone else? Estás con otra persona. And then you can put it in front of your interrogatives. How else are you going to do it? ¿De qué otro modo lo vas a hacer? What else do you want to tell me? ¿Qué más me quieres contar? Where else do you want to go? ¿A qué otro lugar quieres ir? Who else do you want to talk to? ¿Con quién más quieres hablar? Why else would he do it? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué otra razón? Why else would you say that if it wasn't to hurt my feelings? So there it is, amigos. You want to start using it, put it into your speech because we use it pretty often. And if you don't do it, well, then you didn't heed my warning. And you know what I'll say? You'd better do it, más te vale, or else, porque si no. All right, let's see. Chris Valrol is participating in our Say What soundbite. Let's see what Chris has to say. She says, I heard a man who says something about knowing the will of God, I think. I also heard something about being on the bed. Maybe he is a priest, nothing else. Great, Chris. I love that you use the else. I have nothing else to add. Wonderful job. And you're kind of on the right track. Let's put it this way. The guy's not a priest, but he is preaching. You get what I'm saying? So wonderful observations over there. Going once, going twice. Anybody else want to participate in our Say What soundbite? Anybody else have something to say? Because if not, we've got to move on, amigos. And you know where we're going next on this exciting English journey? We're going to our spelling bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
All right, amigos, it is your spelling bee here on the show with no name. And this is round one. Round one is not for the faint of heart. No es apto para cardíacos. So good luck. Now, these are all places. So we need to capitalize the first letter of each word. Are you ready? I am gonna fly. The first one is Grand space Cayman. The second one is Cayman space BRAC. Excuse me, I had a brain fart. Decimos un pedo del cerebro, como me quedé bloqueado. Number three, use it to your advantage. LITTLE space CAYMAN. The fourth one is GEORGE space TOWN. The fifth one is WESTERN space CARIBBEAN space ZONE. And the last one is GREATER space ANTILLES.
The Democrats say, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals. Nancy Pelosi told me that. She said, please don't use the word animal, sir, when you're talking about these people. I said, I'll use the word animal because that's what they are.
This lively loudmouth is loved by many and loathed by lots of others who suffer from TDS. When he's perched upon the pulpit preaching his populism, he polarizes people all over the place, from Alabama to Almanza. But one thing is for sure, the mainstream media mentions him almost daily due to his sassy sound bites and his often controversial takes.
You are fake news.
He's a boisterous businessman, pesky politician, and a raucous reality TV star to boot. We'll take a look at Donald Trump on this week's episode of FYI. Welcome to For Your Info.
Inglés.
You got it. Oh yeah, really exciting episode this week. It just dropped 2 hours ago. You can get it wherever you listen to your Vaughn podcasts. Love them or loathe them. It's going to be interesting. I can guarantee that. All right. Well, folks, as I said, I can't go much faster than I do in our spelling bee. And it looks like we might have a winner, somebody who got him on the first go. And I am just blown away right now. Let's see. The first one is correct. The second one is also correct. The third one's correct. The fourth, the fifth one, and the sixth one. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable. Born to Iron Man. And look, Chris Valrol, it looks like you nailed them as well. Excellent job. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I doubt I could have gotten them that fast. All right. Well, here's round two for everybody else. Los demás. Hey, we're trying to use else as much as possible today. All right. The first one is, and this is at a normal pace, un ritmo totalmente normal. The first one is GRAND space CAYMAN. The second one is CAYMAN space BRAC. The third one is LITTLE space CAYMAN. The fourth one, GEORGE space TOWN. The fifth one, WESTERN space CARIBBEAN space ZONE. And the last one is GREATER space ANTILLES. All right. So great job again, Born to Iron Man and Chris on the first go. Durani says, most time I hasn't caught it. Most times I don't catch it on the first, or I can't catch it, because hasn't caught sería I haven't, right? Pero mejor, most times I don't catch it on the first round, but I think I improved every day. I think so. I agree as well. Durani, it's not about getting it on the first round. It's not about competing with Born to Iron Man or Chris Valrol. Why? You're just going to get frustrated because they're really good. And they've been practicing for how long, guys? How long have you been working on this section? Were you always this good at it? Or did practice make perfect. So don't stress, Tudani. Keep it up, and I'm sure you'll be able to get it in the first round. And if not, nobody minds repeating something once. Now, if you ask me to repeat something 3 times, I'm going to start to lose my patience. And I'm a pretty patient guy, you know? So, all right, my amigos, that's our spelling bee. Today, these all had to do with a place that I've only heard of. I've only imagined in my dreams. And I'm talking about the Cayman Islands. You say Cayman? I think we say Cayman, which is interesting because a K, also a key, is Los Cabos, you call them? Los Cabos de Florida? So it makes sense, this word. It's used a lot when we talk about these kinds of pieces of land, such as islands and things like that. So first thing that comes to mind when we think about the Cayman Islands is what? A tax haven. Un paraíso fiscal, right? A tax haven. But also, today in 1503, Christopher Columbus, you say Cristobal Colón, Christopher Columbus visited the Cayman Islands, and he named them Las Tortugas. And you guys know why. I imagine you know why, because there were many, many turtles on this island that he came across. So that's why we're going to talk about a little bit about the Cayman Islands today. It is a self-governing British overseas territory, because we've all heard of it, but what is it? And let's see, it's 264 square kilometers, right? It compromises 3 islands: Grand Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Little Cayman. It is considered to be part of the geographic Western Caribbean zone, as well as the Greater Antilles. But as I said, many of us know it not just as a paradise, a beautiful scenic paradise, but also as a tax haven. And be careful, because I know El Paraíso is heaven, but I didn't say heaven. I said a tax haven. Have any of you been to the Cayman Islands? I mean, I'm looking at some pictures here, and it just looks amazing. All right, well, fantastic job to everybody who participated in our spelling bee. Let's do some question of the week.
Question of the week.
All right, amigos, it's time to hear from your fellow classmates. And wow, again, what a wonderful job. What a fantastic job. Keep up the good work. Oh, and I can tell you next week's question. I started doing it a little bit ahead of time, just because sometimes students would say, Alberto, I need more time to prepare it. And I'm like, more than a week? Wow, you really are a perfectionist. So let's see. The next week's question of the week, for those of you who want to start thinking it through, what is the quickest way someone can lose your trust? O sea, ¿qué es la forma más fácil de que alguien pueda perder tu confianza? Okay? So what is the quickest way or the best way someone can lose your trust so that you never trust them again? So this week it was lighthearted. What do you daydream about? Next week, we're going to be dealing with different issues, right? And we'll be dealing with trust, which is such an important thing to know all the idiomatic expressions. So we'll learn a lot about trust next week. Trust me. Famous last words. All right, we're going to hear from Anix right now. She's going to tell us what she daydreams about. And Anix has participated every single week. Here she goes again.
Hello, this is Anix. Well, I've been daydreaming about going to Greece. I love their legacy, their culture. I love Greek mythology, and I would like to be in those historic places. It's on my bucket list, of course. I think it's doable, but I'm a day late and $1 short. So someday I'll be there. I hope so. Okay, bye bye.
Wow. A day late, $1 short. What a great. A day late, $1 short. You can even say it más corto. A day late, $1 short. O sea, llego un día tarde y me falta un euro, $1. So a day late, $1 short. Well, first, Anix, I loved hearing the birds chirping in the background. Wasn't that soothing, guys? No era tranquiliz. It made me daydream about being at a botanical garden, a place where you work. In fact, you're very lucky, Anix, and I know you know that, but you work at a place where people daydream about. I mean, how many times are you sitting in a meeting or whatever? You've got some kind of responsibility you've got to deal with, and you're thinking, man, I would just love to be in the garden right now, smelling flowers, hearing the birds chirp. So that is a blessing. And Greece, yeah, she daydreams about Greece. And even though it's a hop, skip, and a jump from Valencia, where she lives, she says it's because it's a day late. I'm always a day late, $1 short, or $1 short. As she said, it's also correct. And she used the great expression to have something on your bucket list. Well, if anybody wants to get Anix a nice birthday present, hey, a trip to Greece. Maybe with Ryanair, we can afford it if we all chip in. Si todos echamos algo, 5-10 euros, $5 or $10, we chip in. Es la palabra, echar al bote. Maybe we can get you over to Greece. Hey, I'm willing to. If you guys are willing to, I'm willing to do it. Why not? Why not make somebody's dream come true? All right. Next up, we've got an amazing student who also participates week after week, and she's just an example of how to do this, how to do it with style, how to make it fun. I'm talking about Chris Valrol.
Morning, Shononamers. Chris Valrol speaking. I like to pay full attention when I'm doing something. Nevertheless, my mind is perfectly able to get distracted and start thinking by herself. I can daydream about anything, from something I love doing, like traveling, to that piece of cake waiting for me at home, or how cozy I feel on the sofa watching a movie, or looking through the window. I can see a small mountain that appears behind the buildings. I used to daydream about climbing to the top, and I did it last week. I know it's not a big deal, but it's a dream come true. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wow, Chris. Well, first, it's not a daydream anymore. And guys, Chris sent me the pictures. What a beautiful view. And I'm sure there's no doubt in my mind it's worth it. And I like what you said there, Chris. I didn't think about that much too. When you're daydreaming, you're not in the moment, are you? You know, your mind is somewhere else. It's wandering. And so it's also about having an attention span. We talk about that, el tiempo que alguien puede prestar atención. So we always say kids these days have a short attention span. And that's my problem. My attention span is very limited. But Chris, that's good that you're able to focus on what you're doing. I try to do it, but it doesn't always work out. But really good because Chris says I daydream about the simple things. You know, you're at the dentist, you're thinking about, just enjoying that piece of cake, which the dentist loves it because that means you'll be back soon. But it's true. Daydreaming doesn't have to be about, oh, I'm daydreaming. I'm, naked with Brad Pitt in the French Riviera on his yacht, and he's feeding me grapes. Okay, great. You can dream. Dreaming is free. One of my favorite idiomatic expressions is a goal is a dream with a deadline. Una meta, un objetivo, es un sueño con una fecha límite. It's a great one. Jot that one down if you didn't know it. A couple observations here, Chris. You said your mind, you said herself, and even though you are a female, your mind would be itself. It starts to wander itself, I think you said. So itself. Did you guys hear how she pronounced mountain? Chris, that was excellent. You got the glottal stop. El mountain. Di esto conmigo, amigos. Are you certain there's a fountain in the mountain? Are you certain there's a water fountain in the mountain? Excellent. Also, though, be careful with your B and your V, Chris. I'm having deja vu here. So this is good, though, because this is something you should work on. Your B's and your V's. It sounded like you said building. It sounded more like a B. So remember those plosives. Give me that B. Building. What a wonderful job, Anix and Chris Valrol. We're going to hear from many more students here in the second half of the show. Right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Going to get some more water. I'm thirsty. And we're going to hear from you guys. And I've got to say, it's amazing to hear, regardless of the mistakes you may make or, better ways to express something, you guys sound confident. You sound like you believe in yourself. And that goes a long way. Believing in yourself can take you further than, learning the grammar. Yeah, you need to know it. And thank God we've got materials at Von Tienda to help you with it. But confidence goes a long way. Self-confidence. Don't underestimate it, amigos. All right, we'll be right back with part 3. So stick around. Hello, amigos. Welcome back. Welcome back to part 3 of today's show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. Hope you guys are having fun. Hope you're learning, and I hope you're ready for some more. Yeah. We've got a lot of stuff to cover in the second half of today's show. We're going to kick off with a double trouble, folks. Then we'll listen to our Say What soundbite. And then we'll hear from more students in our question of the week. Plus, name that movie, name that lyric, famous birthdays, and so much more. And when this show's over, the fun doesn't stop, amigos, because you can join my great friend Jimena Holiday and her program, Test Your English. And her student is Nacho. Nacho is the proof that if you listen to Vaughn Radio regularly, and I mean every day for 8 hours, he has no choice. Even passively listening, as he does sometimes, he's learning. He keeps learning. And Nacho's been at Vaughn Radio longer than I have. The proof is in the pudding, as we say. All right, amigos, it's time for Double Trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble. That's right. It's double trouble here. That's right. You got to use the same word twice. So we've got 2 sets of words here, and good luck to you guys. I'll give you a clue. Any Ozzy Osbourne fans here? Well, guess what? He says this. It's one of his song lyrics. So wait, that's interesting. Today we're looking at some hard rock. We learned from Metallica, "Here nothing else matters. I never open myself this way. Life is ours. We live it our way." You can really, did you ever think you were going to learn from Metallica? You can even learn prayers from Metallica. ¿Qué? Are you kidding me? Oraciones? Yeah, Enter Sandman. It's about going to sleep. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. And never mind that noise you heard. It's just a beast under your bed. In your closet, in your head. Exit light. Exit light, enter night. Take my hand. We're off to never, never land. But where's the prayer? ¿Dónde está la oración? Now I lay me down to sleep. You can hear it in the background. There's a boy saying it. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray thee, Lord, my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray thee, Lord, my soul to take. Yeah, that's in the song Enter Sandman. Aside from having one of the coolest riffs in rock and roll, you can also learn a lot of English. The riff, you know the one I'm talking about. Well, we're going to move to another hard rock group right now, and that's Ozzy. Let's see if you know it. Estoy harto de estar enfermo y cansado. Estoy harto de estar enfermo y cansado. That's your double trouble. Good luck, my amigos. Also, let me give you our Say What soundbite for the 3rd time.
I pray to get to know the will of God, because then the prayers have more chance of coming true. I mean, that's the thing about prayer, isn't it? I mean, we don't do it in a very lofty way in our family. It's just a bunch of us on the bed, usually.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace. Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damian, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
baugantienda.com.
It's the shit. That's right, folks. This book is the shit, my latest book, and it's available at vaughantienda.com. Just think of it this way. If in that little radio ad, you learn 9 different idiomatic expressions, just imagine in the whole book. And as you guys know, it comes with drawings because it's really important to associate things. All right, let's see how you guys did on our double trouble. The first person to participate is Born to Iron Man. And ladies and gentlemen, he nailed it. I guess it pays to be a rocker. Ser rockero tiene sus, da frutos, right? And the lyric, and he knows it too, good job. It's Ozzy Osbourne. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I used to go to bed so high and wired. Yeah, 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 yeah. And as far as I know, it's something they tell people in Alcoholics Anonymous. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired if you're dealing with alcoholism. But I looked it up, and Fannie Lou Hamer was a voting rights activist, a civil rights leader. And during the 1964 Democratic National Convention, she said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And folks, that is, I know it from the Ozzy song, but it's a really good expression, because if you say I'm sick of something, I'm tired of something, or I'm sick and tired of something, significa lo mismo. I'm sick of hearing your complaints. I'm tired of hearing your complaints. I'm sick and tired of hearing your complaints, right? And like Guns N' Roses, rock and roll, it's not and, it's n. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. All right? And sick and tired, you know, como enfermo y cansado. Pero juntos significan harto. And the song is really cool. It's I Just Want You. We're learning. We haven't even gotten to name that lyric. And we're already learning with a lot of song lyrics. I just want you. No. I just want you to know who I am. No. They gave me Iris. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. No. This is called I Just Want You by Ozzy Osbourne. And let's see the line here. It goes, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I used to go to bed so high and wired, yeah. So I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, ya lo sabemos. I used to go to bed. Yo antes iba a la cama so high and wired. High es colocado, pero es como sintiéndome bien, ¿no? Por las nubes. So high and wired. And wired, cableado, means con energía. I used to go to bed so high and wired. Really cool song. And who knew you could learn English from Ozzy, from Metallica, and some of the greatest rock bands out there. All right, Turani got it as well. So Born to Iron Man, Turani, Chris Valrol. Wonderful, wonderful job. And Turani, actually, thank you. Yeah. As I was looking up the Ozzy song earlier, another song came up, Anastasia, the singer, to be left outside alone when it's cold out here, to be left outside alone. Great song, Anastasia. Well, she's got one also. It's called Sick and Tired, because I'm sick and tired of always being sick and tired. Thank you, Turani. If you listen to those two songs, then you'll definitely get this structure down. Wonderful job in our Double Trouble, amigos. All right, let's hear from some more students. So far, so good. Here's Kubla.
Hello, it's Kubla. This is what I daydream about. Listen to what I have to say. Like riding a merry-go-round, you may end up in dismay. Don't give me traffic jams or hellish weather. No matter what day it is, it seems to be going on forever. An urban decibel tempest with engines and horns. Batman cabbies who I wish had never been born. I want to enjoy multicolored spring meadows and fields, not just another dim, broad, and dry range that won't yield. I need endless blue skies full of birds and fresh, clean air. Those that never fail to keep me away from despair. It might get rough when you wake up back on your side. For no matter how you slice it or dice it, reality bites. Don't get me wrong, keep dreaming and you'll find out that we all hanker for what we cannot have. As an old Friday always comes to stay about, don't fret. In the end, we'll solve it with a laugh. And I trust that by sending this audio, I passed the test. So, keep smiling. All the best.
Wow, what a poet. Wow, great job, Kubla. Wonderful, wonderful job. I wouldn't expect anything less from you, man. All right, let's take a look at some things that Kubla said, some things that I wanted to highlight, some wonderful vocabulary. The first one he said was, life is a merry-go-round. You can also say carousel if it's easier for you. You call it a live uncle. Tío Vivo? Okay, I'm kidding. So merry-go-round. La felicidad va en círculos. I love that. Merry-go-round. He also used the word hellish. This is a de perros, de demonios, right? Hellish. And I think he's talking about the routine. Then he said the word meadow, which is a field. It's another way of saying field. He also used the adjective dim, and dim is dark. I think you would say like apagado in Spanish. He also said the word yield, which is ceder el paso, but also he meant to yield is dar frutos. The crops are yielding very well this year. Están dando frutos. So it's a great word to know. He used also the totally native idiomatic expression, however you slice it or dice it, pongas como lo pongas. And then he said reality bites. And this is a movie. Chris, I need your help here. It's a movie in a very popular movie, Reality Bites. And it's got a double meaning because if something bites, no es que muerde, es que es lo peor, right? It's like saying it sucks. Oh man, this sucks. This bites. But also bites son trocitos. Think about it. Your say what sound bite, un clip. So reality bites son trocitos de la realidad, clips, píldoras de la realidad, pero también es la realidad, es una putada. Es lo peor, right? So a really interesting play on words in that movie title, and I loved that you used it, Reality Bites. And what else did he say? He said the word fret instead of worry. That's a really good word. And he said, we're always hankering for something. That means wanting for. Queremos algo that we don't have. And the expression we use is, the grass is always greener. Do you know it? Significa, think about your neighbor's house. You look over the fence and you're like, wow, their grass is greener than ours. And it's really kind of sarcastically saying, everybody's got their problems. The grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. So excellent job, Kubla. Wow. Chock full of wonderful vocabulary there. And as I said, I wouldn't expect anything less from you. All right, we're going to hear from Jose Enrique.
Hello, Alberto. Hello, amigos. This is Jose speaking from Cadix. I am back on this show after a very long absence. I must say that I got hooked on learning English thanks to Alberto and his show. I can say without exaggerating that I owe to Alberto 90% of the English I know. I must tell you that I really appreciate everything you have done so that many people like me have progressed and learned English thanks to your approach in teaching English. I mean, the Vaughan approach. Well, now let's go to the question of the week. What do I daydream of? It would be very predictable for someone like me to say that I daydream about going to Maldives or to the Bahamas or wherever in the Caribbean Sea to watch life go by without a care in the world. But to say the truth, what I daydream about every day is for my grandchildren to live in a better world, in a world without war, in a fairer world. It is curious because it is essentially the same thing I daydream about when I was a teenager. Time not only gives you aching bones and gray hair, but also perspective. When I watch the news every day and when I see my grandchildren so small, so vulnerable, I tell myself, what kind of world are we living in? Thank you once again, Alberto. Thank you to all of you. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Wow, excellent job. I've got to say, not only did you do a great job, but your personality really, really came through, Jose Enrique. So excellent. And you know what? That's what I daydream about too. I daydream about my daughter living well, not needing anything. And then I watch the news, which, by the way, Jose Enrique, do yourself a favor. Stop watching the news. In fact, people are easily controlled when they're fearful, right? When we're afraid. So if all they talk about is death, bird flu, ahora la gripe avia, war, rah, that's not my reality. And I don't want it to be my reality. So I get what you're saying. And more importantly, I don't want it to be my daughter's reality. And that's up to us now. The things that are happening now obviously directly affect the future. So what a profound, you can say deep, but you can also say profound answer, philosophical. You really have some perspective. And I've got to say, as I said, your personality came through and you sound like an amazing person. You really sound like a person that I'd love to have a coffee with. And I mean that. You know me. I'm sincere. When I say things, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. And the only thing, though, Jose Enrique, can we do it in Cádiz instead of Madrid? Would that be, hey, listen. Hey, at least I didn't say the Cayman Islands. Wow. I've got to say something, man. You did a wonderful job, and I don't know why you haven't participated more, but it was great to hear from you, and I think I speak on behalf of everyone. In fact, Chris Valrol over here in the group is saying, beautiful, Jose Enrique. So great job. Just a few observations before we move on. Just be careful. You said question. You pronounced question wrong, right? There was a weird pronunciation. Again, you got your point across beautifully, but quest, right? Kwes sería, si lo ves escrito, question. Can I ask you a question? You also said to say the truth. It's to tell the truth, okay? O si queremos usarlo como expresión, truth be told, ¿no? Si se cuenta la verdad, en el momento de la verdad, to tell the truth. And again, what can I say? Amen. I agree. I couldn't agree more. All right, well, I'll tell you what, friends. Before we go to a quick commercial break, let's take a look at homophones on the show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, it's homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. 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 That's right, amigos. It's homophones only on the show with no name. And you should have, I'm telling you now, you should have a section of your notebook where you guys can, just write down different things. Here's a few ideas for me as far as organization is concerned. And I think this will help you a lot too. Make one tab, pronunciation things. Make another tab, structure. We'll call it structure because grammar, it's a bad word. Structure, las estructuras, o sea, las fórmulas. I'm looking forward to más ing, siempre la fórmula y unos ejemplos debajo. Y luego hay que decirlo en voz alta. You've got to say them aloud. You can have another section called homophones. Another one, English and pop culture. Another one, idiomatic expressions, right? Double troubles. You can even organize them around the show with no name. Because if there's one thing I've noticed in all my years of teaching, and that's over 20 years now, is the students who excel. To excel is destacar. Think about the word excellent. Microsoft stole the word, and Excel. If you don't want to say the brand name, you can say a spreadsheet. Un Excel is called a spreadsheet or Microsoft Excel. So, my amigos, be organized. That's all I'm saying. Get organized because it's only going to help you in the long run. A la larga. All right, here we go with today's homophones. We'll see if you're familiar with the words A, and B, we'll see if they sound the same or not. The first word is to kill. Okay? To kill. Also, to kill somebody with laughter. So obviously, context will be everything. Oh, and this verb is super irregular. It's like one of those seek, sought. To seek is buscar. What are you seeking, son? I sought your partnership, but I couldn't find it. Right? So seek, it's along those where you're like, ¿qué? Eso es el pasado. So the first word is to kill. Another way to say to kill. Okay. And the second word is something that you have in the snow. You call it un trineo in Spanish. So if you said the word matar and trineo, if you said those words, would I know the difference, or do they sound exactly the same? So without context, I wouldn't know which one. The perfect example is sí. Did I just say mar? Did I just say mirar? Or did I just say la letra C? Well, I'm not sure, but you get my point, amigos. All right, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the rest of today's show. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 4 of today's show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. Don't forget to, every Friday, you've got a brand spanking new episode of FYI for your English. It's a topic-based show, and I've done so many topics so far. But remember this, if there's a topic you haven't heard that you'd like to hear about, or you think it's a good idea, you think a lot of people would like to hear about it, even if you don't want to, let me know. I'm running out of ideas. No, that's not true. But I always love hearing from the people who listen to it. So FYIers, I know many of you are show with no namers and FYIers. Let me know what topics you'd like to hear about, and I'll put them on the list. I've got a long list, but I hope the podcast goes on for many, many more years to come. I actually started it during COVID at a time where, things were dying. Death was the word. That's why I turned off my TV, by the way. And I said, ABC, Alberto. Easy as 1, 2, 3, ABC. Always be creating. All right, amigos, we're going to kick off with our Say What soundbite here for the 4th time. All right, here we go. Pay close attention. I don't think anybody's gotten it yet. Here's your last chance.
Pray to get to know the will of God, because then the prayers have more chance of coming true. I mean, that's the thing about prayer, isn't it? I mean, we don't do it in a very lofty way in our family. It's just a bunch of us on the bed, usually.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughn Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughn Town. Lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughn Town. More information about Vaughn Town, Weekend Town, and all that jazz over at grupovon.com/cursos destacados. And also remember, if you're looking for materials, you got vaughntienda.com, or you can stop by in person. We'll give you a free level test and a sample class. And this way, at least you know where you stand. Let's see where you guys stand in today's homophones. The first person to participate is Born to Iron Man, and those are the correct words. And he says they sound alike. Okay. And he's using a hard rock band to tell us how he knew it. Good job, dude. Let's see. Turani. Turani says the two words, and Turani says they're homophones. Chris Valrol says they're homophones, like the rock band as well. Great. All right, well, I'm just going to say the two words. The first word is slay, okay? He, let's see if you guys know this, the past tense. He slew his uncle, okay? Mató. So it's a really, remember I told you it's super irregular, right? So it's slay, slew, slain. What? Just use kill. Whoa, and whoa. That's a difficult one. But as you guys said, the group Slayer. And as I said before, it also means me parto contigo. Man, you slay me. I love that joke about the sleigh. Do they sound the same? I love that sleigh joke. You slay me. Yes, yes, yes. And you know how you know the word sleigh? Oh, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha, 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 bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Sing it. Jingle bells, and jingle es tintineo. Jingle bells, jingle. I know it's not time for Christmas carols, but if I'm trying to teach you something and a Christmas carol is what's going to help you remember it, then so be it. Que sea así. So be it. All right. Great job in the homophone section. Let's see who else is participating in our question of the week. A student who participates again week after week, and she's just the sweetest thing. Oh, the sweetest thing. Isn't that a U2 song? La cosa más linda. Give it up for Nuria.
Hi there, Alberto and Sewino namers. This is Nuria. As for this week's question, what do I daydream about? I must come clean that I'm a restless dreamer. Above all, when I have the need to get away from a place full of pressure or irresponsibility. Those kind of situations drive me nuts sometimes. Then there's nothing better than placing yourself in a fantasy world. It's said that daydreaming slows down stress and anxiety. For me, that's the naked truth. Having a tool like this at our fingertips is especially useful. So let's make our brain start to wander and let's imagine we are all living in peace and harmony. Every once in a while, it could be better not to pay attention to what is around us and to be immersed in a daydream. Take care, amigos. Thank you.
Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a daydreamer. Oh, wow. Nuria, what a great job and what an amazing philosophy. Yeah, we always call it noise, el ruido del mundo. that background noise. I think Steve Jobs said it in a speech, his famous graduation speech. If you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. He said, don't let outside noise, algo así, don't let outside noise drown out, callar, mudar, your inner voice. And it's true. We're just, there's so much stimuli. It's a weird word too. Stimulus, one. Stimuli is the plural. So wonderful job, Nuria. Just be careful. A couple observations, as always. You said daydream like it was an N. Quiero oír esa M. Daydream believer and a homecoming queen. And then you used the expression to come clean. Admitir. Excellent. You also said restless, inquieta. It's not only our bodies that are restless, but sometimes our minds are restless. And what else? Be careful. You tried to use a great expression. I just have to adjust you on the pronunciation. So you said the naked truth, pero en este caso es naked, que es la verdad desnuda, o sea, la verdad sin tapujos, right? The naked. La pronunciación is naked. And by the way, don't think I didn't notice how you pronounced one of the words I always hear mispronounced, and she said it perfectly, situation. She didn't say situation. She said situation. Excellent job, Nuria. Nuria, another example where practice makes perfect. And one of the hardest things and something that you've all figured out how to do is to make your personality come out. Sacar, sacar tu personalidad. So even if you make a mistake, if your personality's there, people are going to listen. People are going to be interested in what you're saying. Just like Marisol. Who's got more personality than Marisol?
Hi, it's Marisol. I can say that I have several dream days, but the ones that always come to my mind when I'm in a tedious place are: in winter, my dream day is about arriving home and cooking crepes or pancakes. I place on top some toppings like caramel, or another option will be strawberry jam, and I sprinkle Parmesan cheese on top. On the contrary, if it's summer, my dream day when I'm in a dreary place is about going to Girona beaches, lie down under the parasol, and after a while go inside the water and do some snorkel. There are always animals under the sea to watch them. It's hilarious. Greetings to all show anonymers. Bye.
Great job, Marisol. Just be careful. You flip-flopped it, como se dice en inglés. You flip-flopped it. And to flip-flop es darle la vuelta. You said dream day, and it's daydream, right? Just think of the song. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? What a great song. Excellent. Hey, can I have some crepes? And that sounds really interesting. Sprinkling Parmesan on top. Ooh, that sounds good. Sprinkle, great word too. Rociar, to sprinkle. And what else? There was, and you said to go snorkel. Acordaos de esto, con actividades es siempre to go más el ing al final. So I'm going to go surfing, because a lot of people, I'm going to make surf. No, voy a hacer surf. No, en inglés siempre hacer algo, una actividad is to go. Make a list. What are your favorite hobbies? I like to go snowboarding. I like to go hiking. I like to go camping. I like to, whatever, fill in the blank, whichever one makes sense to you. But you're missing just the ing. But wonderful, wonderful job, Marisol. And another example of how your personality just shines through All right, who's next up on our list? Last, but certainly not least, give it up for Celia.
Hello, no-namers. This is Celia. I tell you something about me. I usually sing and write like a hobby weekly. I'm learning so much in my lyrical singing classes, and I'm writing many short stories. I'm really enjoying it. However, I have a big fear when I must show my voice in public, so much so that I get nervous before singing. Well, for that, I always would lose my fear. I know that's no magic, and I am doing hard work with that. I think if I practice every day, I will be able to overcome it. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.
Wow. You sound great. You sound confident. Really, really great job over there, Celia. A couple things. You said like a hobby, pero es as a hobby, right? Just remember, apúntate esta frase. I work as a teacher. I work like a slave. So es de, ¿no? Hago de tal cosa. So, as a hobby, ¿cómo? Ese cómo es tal porque no es una comparación, es porque es. So, as a hobby, and wow, I'll tell you something, those are some really good hobbies. Hobbies that really enrich you as a person. And, you know, it's the same motto, el mismo eslogan, that I live by. Que yo me guío. I live by it. Me guío por ello. And that is ABC. It sounds like you've got the same thing over there. And just be careful also, you said sinning. I want to practice my sinning in public. Eso es hacer pecados. Quiero oír esa G, eh? Hey, maybe you sing so good, it's a sin. Cantas tan bien que es un pecado. So dame esa G, but wonderful job. And you know what? You don't only sound confident in your English, Celia, but you sound confident in overcoming this problem. I know that you're going to do it. And just remember this, you are not alone. Do you know how many people suffer from stage fright? I'm not talking about singing and dancing in front of people. I'm talking about saying, hello, good morning. Does anyone have any questions? You know, just saying a simple phrase and people are pooping their pants. Se cagan encima. Oh, I had that one ready, didn't I? Well, wonderful job, as Turani said. Bravo, brava. It's worth celebrating. It's worth celebrating. So you guys should celebrate this coming weekend. And why don't we celebrate in today's famous birthday trivia?
Birthdays for you. Birthdays for me. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Birthdays for her. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
All right, folks, it's famous birthday trivia here on the show with no name. And guys, do you want me to let you in on a little secret? All right, I'm going to let you in on a secret right now. All right, but don't tell anybody except this person on that day. I don't think she's here, but maybe she's going to listen later. Well, maybe she'll catch us. Guys, May 14th is Laura's birthday. Laura, our Italian Laura, here on the show. That's next week. So the 14th, all right? Just jot it down. May 14th, we got to make sure we embarrass her. We're going to sing her happy birthday in every single language out there. All right, but let's see who's celebrating a birthday today. Our first birthday boy was born in 1944 today. He is part of a filmmaking trio that is him and two other brothers, David and Jerry Zucker. Okay, those are the brothers. So he's the third part. And they specialize in slapstick comedy. Slapstick is a physical comedy. They grew up in Wisconsin, They went to high school together. And basically, they started making movies. In 1971, they started a sketch comedy troupe. And in 1977, they released their first movie, Kentucky Fried Movie. I've seen this a million times. It's absurd, but it's awesome. But that led to them honing their skills, puliendo sus habilidades. And in 1980, they released probably one of the most classic comedies to ever grace the silver screen. I'm talking about Airplane. Aterriza como puedas. And it didn't end there. They also did Top Secret, which is another awesome movie, and The Naked Gun. Oh, there's the word naked we looked at before. Agárralo como puedas. That's number one. Number two, this guy was born in 1946, a Scottish singer and songwriter, and he's known by just one name, his first name. He was really, really big in the 1960s, the flower power era, and some of his songs, Catch the Wind, Colors, Mellow Yellow. You know that one? They call him Mellow Yellow. I think that song is about weed, un tipo de marihuana, if I'm not mistaken. Look it up. I don't have enough time right now. Mellow Yellow. Oh, and a great song, The Hurdy-Gurdy Man. If you haven't heard that song, Google it now because it's awesome. The Hurdy-Gurdy Man. And last but not least, this guy was born in 1960 in Ireland. He's the lead singer of the group U2. Hey, we mentioned U2 before, didn't we? I said, oh, the sweetest thing, la cosa más dulce. So this guy's the lead singer. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm not a big fan of his. I can't stand him. Voy a ser honesto. Para usar lo de antes, I'm sick and tired of hearing this guy. Not just his political views and stuff, but even his singing. Because, sorry, U2 fans. Sorry. I just remember when U2 rocked. Me acuerdo de cuando rockeaban in the 80s. And then after that, everything just changed. I'm not saying they don't have good, catchy songs, but not my cup of tea. All right, does anybody know these three birthday boys and girls? Well, I've got to move on, so I'm going to give you a round of applause. Oh, Chris, you got it. Wonderful. All right, number one, Jim Abrams. Number two, Donovan. And number three, Bono from U2. And that's going to bring us over to our Say What soundbite. This is Bono talking about his religious convictions. And he goes, I pray to get to know the will of God. I pray to get to know the will of God. Then the prayers have more chance of coming true. Entonces hay más posibilidad de que se cumplan esas oraciones. I mean, that's the thing about prayer, isn't it? De eso va las oraciones, ¿no? I mean, we don't do it in a very lofty way. Lofty es como noble, como pensando que somos grandes. We don't do it in a very lofty way in our family. It's just a bunch of us on the bed usually. So here's Bono talking about praying with his family.
Pray to get to know the will of God, because then the prayers have more chance of coming true. I mean, that's the thing about prayer, isn't it? I mean, we don't do it in a very lofty way in our family. There's just a bunch of us on the bed, usually.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is... No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, folks, and wonderful job. Wonderful job. Really excellent, amigos. All right. Well, let's see. Okay. So here's what it is, folks. I just looked up. Well, here's the song. The song is Mellow Yellow. Mellow es tranquilo. And it says that it's about being cool. Donovan said it's about being cool. Estando de tranquis. Laid back. Well, that makes sense. Mellow. And also the electrical bananas that were appearing on the scene. Electrical bananas? Well, they were a kind of vibrator. So the song is about a vibrator. Oh my God. Donovan, you slipped it in there. Oh no. ¿No se la metiste? Oh no. I used the wrong pun. All right, let's take a look at the lyrics to the song. It's a really cool song. And also in the United States, you guys have Mountain Dew here. Mountain Dew, right, Chris? Mountain Dew. Well, there's another one. It tastes very similar called Mellow Yellow. And you can imagine they use this in their ad campaign. You can check it out, Mellow Yellow Soda or commercials, and you can find it. And you can also find the original, which we're going to take a look at now. It's our birthday boy, Donovan. And he says, I'm just mad about saffron. This doesn't mean enfadado. Del contexto es, me encanta el azafrán. Me vuelve loco. I'm mad about it. If you say, I'm mad about what you said, entonces estoy enfadado con lo que dijes. Saffron's mad about me. You can tell in the 60s they were smoking too much of that wacky weed. Esa mala hierba loca, that wacky weed. So I'm just mad about Saffron, and she's just mad about me. And then the chorus, they call me Mellow Yellow. Very, very catchy. Also, while you're at it, listen to the Hurdy-Gurdy Man. Thank you so much, amigos. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. Stay tuned, because you've got Ximena Holiday up next with Test Your English. Ow! Have a wonderful weekend. About me. We'll be back on Monday, I promise. Ciao.
I'm just mad about saffron.